Hello, guys. Welcome to my weekly analysis on gold. I do analysis on other pairs, also other forex pairs, but this analysis is on gold. Okay, so this is Trade by Saint, and let me explain what we are expecting from gold this week. I explain using price action and the market structure. That is for us to know what we are expecting from the market this week. My trading strategy is ICC. You can join my Telegram channel. You can message me privately for a teaching. I teach for free. I teach you for free. If you are ready to learn, if you are a forex beginner, I'm going to teach you for free. So this is my analysis on gold. Okay, so this is gold daily chart, and if you look out here, full analysis is what I'm going to do on this video of what gold has been doing for a very long time. So before, since we've been having this buy on gold, look at it: higher high, lower high, higher high here, lower high. This is daily, and another higher high. From here, when we had a lower high, markets failed to create another higher high because that is a trend. That is what always happens anytime we are having market trend: higher high, lower high. That's how it always goes. Instead, it created a lower low to this region. After creating that, it created a low, not a lower low. It created a new low. Then it created a lower high, a lower low, a lower high. After creating this new lower high, what are we expecting? A lower low, which is this. Then we have a lower high. What are we expecting next? A lower low. But if you look here, you see the market is stalling. You see, market is stalling here. The reason is because in this level, first of all, look at what happened in this level. In this level, first of all, we had a lot of buyers, right? So that is why when market got here, you see the way it wicked out. This is daily time frame, so you might not be able to see it very clearly, but I'll open 4 hours in a little time so that we can look at it in 4 hours and everything will become very, very clear. So look at what happened here. It touched this region and it bought because of the high amount of buyers we have here, right? So this high amount of buyers is reacting. That is why this thing happened there. It formed a kind of a double bottom, I would say. It touched it again, it couldn't sell, and they bought. But based on, due to is on a downtrend, it returned back to this same region. It touched it again. Look at it here. It still bought until it finally broke it. And immediately it broke it, the market couldn't come back to that level again. It started selling off from there. Now, currently, we are in area of another place where we have high amount of buyers. That is why market is stalling. In case if you don't understand why market is stalling between last week and this week. Okay, so we had this low here. So there are a lot of buyers here. This is a buy zone. So that in daily time frame, which is a higher time frame, which is very, very strong. Okay, so that is why immediately we had these sellers push down this price to this region where we had previously had a lot of buyers. Market started stalling because sellers met a lot of buyers. Therefore, the sellers are almost equal to the amount of buyers we have here. So markets keep stalling. But I believe with the structure that we'll have in other lower time frame we'll look at, we'll be able to know. So let me mark out this region now. This is where we are currently. Let me mark it out. I'll mark it out with red because it's a signal zone where we should be careful. All right, so let's go to 4 hours. Let's see what we are expecting this week. So looking at 4 hours, you see that we had a lower high here. We had a lower low here, sorry, a lower high, a lower low. Look at this is a lower low. We had a lower high, equal low, another equal low, then he bought. So this buy here, some people this place is going to be confusing. You be very careful this week trading good. If not, you end up losing your money. Let me mark it with blue. You end up losing your money if you are not careful trading gold this period. Because remember I told you guys, this zone where it is, this zone is a sensitive zone. This zone in particular is a sensitive zone because of the high amount of buyers we have on a daily time frame. Remember, daily time frame is always very, very strong because it's a higher time frame. So this is how you know what to do. The strategy I use is ICC, indication, correction, and continuation, right? Which is price action and market structure. That's what it basically implies, or what it means. That's the implication of ICC. So we have this new low. This is a new low here, and we have this low high. We have this lower high. Instead of having a lower low, we still have another low, double equal low, I will call it. So let me mark it. So this place now, market stored here. I think this was last 2 weeks or so, or last week. Market stored in this region. You see what happened? It couldn't create a new low. It seems like the sell is over, but you can't conclude that sell is over. What did he do next? He returned back and break these sellers that we have here. We have sellers here that caused this equal low. You see, when market even came back and touched the area of sellers, you see the reaction in this candlestick because of their sellers there. But later he broke it. After breaking it, it seems like all hope is lost, that all sellers are out. No, all sellers are not out. We still have some sellers here. Look at it in this region. You see, when market started getting to that area also, let me mark it with red as well. You see that when market started getting to this region, it started reacting because of the amount of sellers that we have here. There are plenty, and this is 4 hours, which is another higher time frame. Okay, so then we had, so this is an indication now. This is a new high indication. Then we had correction. This is correction. So after this correction, this is continuation. Now, using market structure, whenever price come above a new high, comes above the previous low that we had, or previous lower high, I mean this place. So in this place now, we don't have sellers here. The sellers are here, right? And they have been taken out to give me a new indication. This is like arrow telling me market wants to go up a new direction. Then we have a correction. But now you'll be very careful. Why will you be careful in trading this? Because we don't have a proper change of character in 4 hours. Proper change of character is here, because this is the low that gave, this is the lower high that gave this lower low, not this one. This is just internal structure. All this is internal structure. Therefore, you cannot conclude market is buying on a 4 hours. I don't know if you understand me. Okay, so you can't conclude that. Therefore, until price breaks this region and creates a high here, we can now say this is a change of character. The market have changed character from sell to buy, but for now it's still under sell. You can still categorize this as a sell structure. What we are expecting is that immediately price came above this blue line I drew here, it is expected to buy from here to here, because this is the next place of next level of sellers. Immediately price came above this level, it is expected to buy from here to here. But what happened? Well, immediately price came above it. He tried to buy. You can see, but the buyers are very weak, and they drop back down below this blue line. And now, where you have buyers that helped make this push. So in this level now, you go to a lower time frame again to know what is happening. That is how you keep going down to know what is happening. So what are we expecting in generally, right? Market is supposed to buy from here, but it seems like the buy is not strong. So we might still be expecting that sell to continue. Remember that in daily time frame, we are still sell. Daily time frame still says sell. 4 hour time frame is still saying sell. Do you understand? So be careful to enter buy on gold this period. Be careful to enter buy on gold. So you see this region now, and you mark it with black. See, there's a lot of line on our chart. That's why sometimes you see there's a lot of line. But it doesn't matter. Each line we know what it helps us to represent. We can delete them later after we've gotten our analysis complete. Okay, so let me remove this line. I think it's better if I use this thing to mark it. So for today, I think today is 12th. For today being the 12th of July, what are we expecting the market to do today? I don't know. Today is Monday. So you might not really expect much from this market, right? You might not really expect much from the market. It might not really do much today, or it will. I don't know. The volume has not been steady this period. Market is not really moving this period. So what do I think is market is going to do for this week and this period? If you ask me, I will say market is going to sell, but the sell is going to be small. There won't be much movement because of, you see these levels, they will not be easy to break. You see this place I marked boss this down, it will not be easy to break. I don't think market is going to buy. The reason is because it's it failed to buy from here and it came down. Now this what I just said now will be confirmed if we have a market close below this level. Look at where I'm showing you below this level. Once we have a close below this level, that is all these buyers has been taken out of the market. Once we get a close below this level, market is probably going to sell to this region, and when it gets here it will react again until it finally breaks it and continue sell. That is what I think the market is going to do. But what do we expect to do? What are we expecting from the market for us to know the position we enter this week or this period? Is that you can't do anything now. You have to wait to see if this is going to. Now, for you to know the position you take, it's either for you to know the position you will take, it's either uh market is either this price, if it goes above here, or it goes below this level. You see these two black line I just draw now. Now I can delete this. We don't need it anymore. For us to know the what we are going to trade today, tomorrow, this week, if it breaks above this level and closes above, we look for buy. Now I have a method of looking for my entries and all that. I'm going to make a video on that, how to find the entry. And if you are going to look for a sell, you need to break below this black line below here. Once it breaks below, we look for a sell. Once it breaks below this black line above, we look for a buy. So that is what I expect from the market this week. If you enjoy videos like this, weekly breakdown of gold, gold analysis for you to know what you are expecting gold to do for that week, quickly like and subscribe to my YouTube channel turn on your notification button so that you anytime I drop weekly breakdown every week, I will keep dropping weekly breakdown like this so that you get a notification on the new videos and you can know the kind of movement you'll be expecting on good that week.